Alright, let's talk about the pros and cons of the order. Alright, pros. It's fantastically beautiful. So you look right there. The environment, just perfect. Looks like a movie. Cons, this thing. This guy right here. The cheapest thing in all of video games in the last year. Just a guy with a shotgun. See, my gun was doing no damage to him. Absolutely no damage. Oh, see, there's my cat attacking me. That's good. See, I've tried this 3 or 4 times. That's why I'm starting this stream right here. I have very little to complain about in this game. Story, it's great. Voice acting, great. All of it's great. The beard on all the characters are great. But I had to unload a full clip into just a normal guy with a shotgun. That guy right there took me about 10 minutes to beat. Dying, restarting, dying, restarting. Alright, so that is my only issue with this game, which is otherwise I'd give it, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Most companies gave it like 6 or 7, but they, I think, were just bummed about the fact that this game was only 8 hours at most. And there's no real reason to replay this game because, there's no multiplayer. It's just a linear story, but, it's a new IP. It's a game that just came out. It's no sequel. It's starting up its own franchise, and the story's great. It's in Victorian England. You're fighting vampires. You're fighting werewolves. You're in a secret society based on King Arthur. So I'm part of the round table right here. So I get to live forever because I got some of the Holy Grail, and I'm gonna die because I was talking. Yeah, well, if you like sci-fi and you like Victorian England, you should 100% play this game. Don't worry about what any reviewing company said. Don't worry about the fact that I'm pretty stressed out about that shotgunner that kept killing me, because all you gotta do is just do what I do and hide and kill the shotgunner. You're gonna die the first time you run into one of those guys, but you gotta deal with it.
Hold your fire.
I'm Sir Galahad of the Round Table, and I get to live forever because I drank from the Holy Grail. So that itself should just get any nerd who wants to play this game to come play it.
No idea who you're dealing with. We are not the enemy.
And just look at this game.
Prove it. Stop this madness. No, not as long as the company is allowed to carry on and obstruct it. They won't. We'll see to it.
Voice acting is great. All the facial animation is great. Specifically hair. If you know anything about making video games or animated movies, the hardest part is actually the hair. Because, getting it to move realistically is just so hard. And this game does it well. I mean, they even, to show how awesome they are, they made themselves, all their characters have beards, and they have to animate the hair moving in the beards too. Alright, so this is your typical action game, stereotypical level on fire we're about to do here. But it's basically a 10-minute, cutscene where you get to see what the PlayStation 4 can do. And if this game was a launch title and it came bundled with your PS4, I think it would have gotten 10s all over the place. But the main issue a lot of people had with this game is it is $60 to $70, depending on if you live in North America, Canada, or Europe. It does cost a lot of money for what you're getting, which is 7 hours. But just think of it as you're experiencing something that hasn't been done before, because games have not looked like this before. Maybe this is kind of like a tech demo that you're paying for. It's basically just a short prologue of what's going to come in the future games. It just introduced you to this really cool Victorian sci-fi world. But, people need to stop being so cynical, because this game came with no bugs. There's no DLC plan to steal money from you. This is just a fully made experience. You get the full game with you on the disc, which is very rare for games nowadays. You know, a lot of people hate on this game, saying, oh, it could have been so much better, it could have been so much longer, but I love the game. Oop, there's a big spoiler for you if you haven't played this game. Yeah, so, my bad on that. But just look at the animation there. The environment's constantly moving, constantly falling apart right here.
Lucas, Sagamore, Elliot, we got contact with Constable and Galahad. I need any able-bodied knight in the vicinity of the Crystal Palace to respond.
It's me.
Gray?
Oh, and the romance story in this game is way better than most games. Because, you know, if you've seen Mad Max, you'd notice that, there's hinted chemistry between Furiosa and Mad Max. But, you know, they don't have, like, ham-fisted romance where they're like, oh, I've known you for 2 days, so I'm madly in love with you. In this game, there's a main male character and a main female character. And, you know, they have a little bit of admiration for each other that maybe will be a romance, but, you know, that's not like a big part of the game, but you like the relationship because, you know, it's, in general, it's good when you have a realistic character relationship between these two partners. And it doesn't have to be ham-fisty romance, even though it's implied that one likes the other one and one might like the other one. It's just done in a really subtle way that, you know, it makes you care about the characters, want to see them in further games, but, you know, it wasn't cheesy. Spoiler alert. Big spoiler. Alright, so I am going to sign off here. Basically, I'm saying, buy the game if you haven't bought it. It's cheap now, and, oh, my cat again. It's cheap now, and it's worth every bit of the money you're going to spend if it's $30 you're paying for the game. Get it on PS Now. If you got PS Plus, buy it.